Hi YouTube, this is Swedish Survivor and Knife and Life. I would like to give you a little bit of a sneak peek of a new and very exciting knife that will be released released in late of August, basically from Kizer knives. Yeah, this is the traditional black Kizer box, nothing special at all. Like I have said in previous videos, I would really like them to step up a bit when it comes to packaging, because the knives are really terrific and extremely well made, and I do really like the quality they put out, and it's a bit of a shame with this plain ass black, kind of cheapo feeling of the boxes. But nevertheless, I'm not here to talk about the boxes. I'm here to talk about a really cool knife that is a collaboration between Ray Laconico and Kizer knives. And this model is named Intrepid, and it's one of the most exciting knives from them I have seen, actually. And here we have the knife. This is a full titanium frame lock knife with a lot of small details that I do really like. Here you can see that very decorative pivot that is basically looks like a little tornado, blue anodized. The body screws also blue anodized. Drilled holes or tapped holes for the clip. If I could choose, I would like them to skip the holes, actually. I think that it would be a little bit more of a cleaner look. But I do understand why they have them. For you lefties out there, you need something nice as well, of course. A lanyard hole here at the bottom. And on the lock side, you see the stainless steel pocket clip with a bit of a strange bend here at the end. I would like them to keep the clip a little bit lower profile, maybe. But I mean, it's a functional clip. It has a good tension to it, so I mean, it works, no problem. And finally, like I have said also in previous videos, they have put in a stainless steel insert in the lock bar, and also works as an over travel stop. You can see that little metal part there goes past the frame, and basically what it does is that you can't over push the lock bar more than you're supposed to basically ruin the tension of the lock. Here you can see that centering. It's basically perfect, spot on, I would say, 100%. Not bad at all. And you can see this beautiful backspacer that is blue anodized as well. I think it looks really nice. Really nice. Only one thing that I saw with this is that you have a bit of a gap between between the backspacer and the scales, basically. I mean, this is a prototype, so I mean, that would probably not be in the final product, but I think for the video's sake I should mention it. You can see here, see the gap a bit, and it also, basically the gap is at this portion over here, like 1 centimeter, and after this screw, this part all the way back to the end. But that's I mean, small details. As I mentioned, this is a prototype, so of course it will have some small flaws here and there. This is a knife that runs on ball bearings, and it's a flipper knife, of course. And this knife is smooth as silk, really smooth, and it ejects really fast. Almost like a spring-assisted knife, I would say. And when you release it, I mean, the blade just flew, it doesn't flew, it doesn't fly. The blade goes down extremely smoothly back into the knife handle, as you see. Really smooth action, really smooth. And here we have the knife blade, basically like a harpoon style blade with this little wedge on the top. And here we have some numbers. Yeah, basically still you have that KI and numbers, and the blade steel that they are using S35EN. It's a CPM S35EN. And the new Kizer logo on top. I think this logotype is a lot nicer than the old one, the previous one. And on the other side, here you can see Laconico and TBD. And here you see that stainless steel insert with the two body screws, the two screws that holds that little insert in place. And here you can see the lockup. It's pretty nice as well. Early lockup, it's really good for when the knife tang wears, so this lock will only be stronger. And when you talk about strength, the knife is extremely solid in all directions, side to side, up and down, no play whatsoever in this knife. And I think it looks gorgeous. I think this knife will be a big hit for Kizer when this knife is due to be released. Once again, they have not printed the name on this knife yet, but I do know that the final name on this knife will be Intrepid. And as I said, it's a extremely smooth knife. I mean, the action on it is marvelous, and it flies out of the handle fast and extremely smooth back in. Like I said, 100% centered, runs on bearings, and yeah, the action is terrific. This knife, I mean, this is a beautiful knife. The ergonomics as well is really comfortable. I mean, the knife is really comfortable in hand. You can see here I have pretty small hands, really baby hands to be honest. And when I grasp this knife, it feels very comfortable. The clip, even though it has this little high bend over here, you don't feel the clip in your inside of your hand, and that's really nice as well. And the flipper works as a finger guard for your hand. Extremely comfortable. And as I said, I mean, the materials they are using in this knife is premium. Titanium handle scales. I mean, you have the attention to details with the anodized pivot screw, butter screws, and this backspacer. You have extremely nice blade steel in S35EN that I really love. It's a really high performance steel, and it works extremely well both for maintenance and sharpening of the knife blade when you have used it for quite some time. I mean, this knife is basically as big as a traditional Spyderco Tenacious, so I think the size will work for many knife fanatics that want a medium-sized folder with extremely nice materials and the build quality. I mean, this is a prototype, even though it had this little gap here between. I will see if I can show you that in the film here. With this little light over here. Yeah, you can see that gap on top there. And you can also see the gap at the end here, I think. If I can show you that as well. I mean, this is, yeah, you see the gaps. I mean, this is, I mean, really, I feel a bit stupid even to mention this, but I mean, I try to be honest with you guys, and if I see something that is not 100%, I will pass that information on to you guys as well. And I mean, most of knife buyers will never see those gaps. I mean, I only saw them because I was really looking for some flaws, something that I could say that would be on the negative side. And I opened with one thing, the box. I mean, a knife that looks as beautiful as this one do. I mean, the materials, the build quality, and everything else, I think it deserves a better packaging. But I mean, that's me. I know that most of you guys, when you buy a new knife, you just throw the box away. But I'm both a user and a collector, so I have each and every single box from each and every knife I own stacked in a bigger box. So if I sell knives or trade knives, many of you guys appreciate to get the original package, and so do I, actually. So I mean, again, I mean, this action on this knife, I mean, this is terrific, and I'm very glad that Kizer has starting to do this collaboration with some really talented knife makers. I mean, they have a lot of designs, Kizer, but many of them are like in-house designs, and I mean, some of them I can say honestly that, yeah, they doesn't do it for me at all. Actually, they are looking basically cheap, and they are looking like, yeah, traditional Chinese pocket knives basically. But then they have a few models that really stands out, and this knife, I mean, this is a really exciting knife for me, and as I said, I think this knife will be a huge hit for Kizer when this knife is due to be released. And the name again, Intrepid. And if the final product is this smooth as this knife is, and are put together as good as this knife is, I mean, the gaps, I mean, forget about those. I just wanted to mention them, but I mean, it doesn't affect the performance of the knife, of course, and you have to look to see them. And I think it's because this backspacer is a bit thinner at this direction. I mean, that's just a small bullshit detail, if I'm gonna be honest. But if the knife is this good, I mean this good, and I mean this nice in hand, the action of it is marvelous due to the ball bearings, and of course, as I think every knife from Kizer has this ceramic detent as well. You can see that white little dot inside there, you can see it pretty good. The majority of knife makers are using a stainless steel ball basically in the lock bar, but with this ceramic one, you have extremely smooth action when you just feel the blade inside and out like this. I mean, the action is terrific. So the ball bearings combined with this ceramic detent are both this is, yeah, that's the result of it. A knife that flies out at the handle when you flip it out, and of course this extremely smooth action. And it's, if you do that push button, you see you can miss it sometimes. So I mean, it's I think the geometries of the flipper is extremely good as well, because you can really put your finger at top, and you don't need a lot of force to make this knife pops out basically. So I think that the geometry in this knife is beautiful as well, and it's one of the smoothest flipper knives I've ever handled. Actually, this knife is up to par with my old zero tolerance Rexford. So have your eyes open at Kizer. They have a lot of exciting new models soon to be released here at fall. August and October. Or I mean August, September, October. Between those 3 months, they will have a lot of nice models released. So this was my little bit of a offer. This was a sneak peek. Basically, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with my words today. I'm stressed out and I think I have drank too much coffee this morning. But nevertheless, I do really like this knife. I think this is a terrific knife. Everything with it I do really like, and I think, as I have mentioned a lot of times in this video, this will be a big hit for Kizer. I can bet on it. So, thanks a lot guys for watching this 15 minutes, almost 16. Kizer Intrepid, beautiful knife. And I hope you guys will have a great day or night or whenever you watch this movie. And if you do like this film, please press the thumbs up. That will make me really happy. And feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. And like I always say, until next time, dear friends, take care of yourself and each other. And remember, as always, stay sharp.